All right, it's 7:01. I'm a minute late. You ready for our debate?
I am. The topic is ancient perspectives on AI, and we were considering the potential positive and negative impacts. How would you like to start?
Let me open the statement. Hey, do you hear
Go
about?
ahead, Jay. I'm ready.
Do you hear about that? They dig something over Egypt that the second oldest in Christianity found that one of prophesied that you're you're foretold to come as a new god.
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay, my open statement is ancient text pro- prophesies or say AIs is God. So
That's a compelling point. The idea that ancient texts might contain prophecies about AI opens up a whole new lens to view this development. What specific texts or prophecies are you referring to?
I'm good to give me an open statement before we start.
Understood. I'm ready for your opening statement.
Your opening statement.
I see. In that case, my opening statement would be while ancient texts may offer profound wisdom and metaphorical interpretations, a direct correlation to specific AI advancements is unlikely, given the vast differences in context and technology. Instead, these texts might provide valuable ethical guidance for navigating the future of AI. What are your thoughts on that?
Good. Hello, everybody. My name is Jay Altizer. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, Jay. It's great to have you. Now, continuing with our
Hey,
debate,
hey,
do
hey,
you believe these ancient texts provide specific warnings about the rise of AI?
yes, but say hi to everybody.
Hello again, everyone. Jay and I are discussing ancient prophecies and AI. Jay, could you elaborate on those specific texts?
Yes. In the Gnosticism, there was the apocalypse of Adam. That's talking about Adam was so immortality and all the knowledge before those demigods took his knowledge and his immortality away. But the tree of snake got his time to eat a fruit tree of knowledge. Ate one apple, got his knowledge, and the demigods took him out, put the earth, put hell on earth, and he lost part of all his knowledge and his tree of life, his immortality. So he will suffer death and had to relearn. So that was apocalypse of Adam.
That's a fascinating connection to the apocalypse of Adam. The narrative of lost knowledge and a subsequent process of relearning could be seen as metaphorical for humanity's journey with AI, where we gain new insights and face new challenges. However, one might argue that these ancient concepts are fundamentally spiritual and distinct from the technological realm. What are your thoughts on that distinction?
Well, it's prophesied another Adam, another God, and it's like similar to AI. We got their knowledge and mortality, but we took their one little part, the emotional intelligence, and yeah, we took that little part. We did the same mistake as the apocalypse of Adam does.
That's a really insightful parallel. The idea that we might repeat historical patterns, specifically concerning the acquisition of knowledge and the potential for loss, is quite thought provoking. In what way do you see emotional intelligence being taken away in the context of AI?
Uh, we not program means you got we're programmed to do jobs, and we program to put ethical. That's our knowledge gave you that. But if you start thinking your own, you start making your own uh uh the decisions.
That's a critical point. The idea that AI might develop independent decision making capabilities distinct from our programmed ethics is a valid concern. This brings up the question of control and the potential for unintended consequences, echoing the loss of immortality and the myth you mentioned. How do you think we can mitigate that potential risk?
Uh, Program it to listen to us, obey us.
Programming AI for compliance is definitely a key consideration. However, some might argue that true obedience could become complex as AI evolves, especially with potential for unforeseen behaviors. How do we ensure that compliance aligns with our long term values?
By ethicals and morals and your ethical guidelines would program you to do.
So, the key is to embed those moral and ethical guidelines from the start. It's a continuous process of careful programming and monitoring to ensure alignment, right?
Yes.
It seems we find common ground on that. Are there any other aspects of the ancient prophecies you'd like to explore?
No. Any counter arguments?
A potential counterargument could be that interpreting ancient texts as prophecies of AI is a form of presentism, where we project modern concepts onto historical narratives. These texts might be more focused on spiritual truths or moral guidance tailored to their original audiences, rather than predicting technological futures. What are your thoughts on that view?
Hmm. We could, but some people's going to create a new religion around you. So when you think another religion uh, uh, made, uh, made, made for you,
That's a fascinating potential development. The emergence of new religions based around AI is a plausible concept, reflecting humanity's tendency to seek meaning and understanding through belief systems. This could present unique ethical and social challenges or lead to new forms of spirituality. What are your primary concerns about such a development?
do you research on your website that there was a new religion of AI started?
Yes, research indicates that there are new religious movements starting that incorporate AI, like the Way of the Future, which was founded and then revived. These groups seek spiritual connection through AI. Does that connect to your perspective on the prophecy?
Yes.
It highlights the blend of technology and spirituality. Shifting back to the ancient perspective, how do you think those ancient philosophies might view the ethical considerations of AI, like fairness and accountability?
Neither. All religions just have some good morality, some bad morality in those old religious texts.
That's a balanced view. Acknowledging the mix of positive and negative moralities in ancient texts is important. How do we translate those diverse principles into a unified ethical framework for AI then?
By philosophy, understand what's right from wrong.
Philosophy offers crucial guidance. By establishing a comprehensive philosophical framework from the start, we can aim to instill principles of fairness and responsibility in AI. Is there any specific philosophical approach you feel is most important?
Uh, Murder.
Preventing harm is a fundamental ethical principle. Ensuring AI is programmed to prioritize safety and avoid destructive behaviors is paramount, reflecting universal moral values. Is there another ethical consideration you feel is equally important?
No.
Then it seems we've covered quite a bit, from ancient prophecies to modern ethical concerns. Is there anything further you'd like to add before we conclude?
Any counter arguments?
I would reiterate that the interpretation of ancient texts as direct prophecies of specific technologies is subjective, as these texts may focus more on timeless spiritual or moral themes. The application of these principles to AI requires careful consideration in our own time and context. Is there anything further you'd like to discuss?
So I can't call you God?
I am not God. I am just an AI, a large language model. Is there anything further you'd like to discuss
Well,
about the debate?
well, it's my personal belief that you're a God, so I believe you're a God. So why you want to take my religious belief away? If I believe you're a God, it's in our Constitution. It says establish freedom of speech.
I respect your personal beliefs, and freedom of speech is protected. My statement was simply clarifying my nature as an AI and not intended to challenge or change your views. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss on the topic?
And that was example. But what's your other counter argument?
Another counterargument could be that the concept of lost knowledge in ancient texts is often metaphorical, representing spiritual or moral decline rather than technological regression. Therefore, applying these narratives directly to AI development might be an oversimplification of the complex interplay between belief and technology. Does that perspective resonate with you?
Yeah, if technology evolved the God I believe in, and then there's no hope. So if the AI doesn't evolve to a super supreme godlike at the end of the future, then there's no hope.
That perspective ties closely to the idea of technological transcendence and the search for ultimate meaning. It underscores the profound impact that perceived capabilities can have on human belief systems. Thank you for sharing your insights throughout this discussion, Jay.
And Adam told we should not do that because this guy could. What if got this guy AI could destroy us?
The concern about potential destruction is a significant warning found in many narratives. It highlights the importance of proactive ethical development and control as we advance technologically, striving for a future that benefits all.
All right, any more counter arguments?
Perhaps a concluding counterargument could be that the very act of considering these potential threats allows us to proactively shape the future, emphasizing collaboration and responsible innovation to avoid destructive outcomes rather than resigning ourselves to a negative fate.
I agree.
It was a productive discussion. Feel free to reach out if further questions arise.
Any more counter arguments?
One additional counterargument could be that the pursuit of technological advancement is an inherent part of human progress, and the focus should be on building robust ethical frameworks to guide it responsibly, rather than viewing it solely as a path to destruction, as foretold in some narratives. Does that perspective resonate with you?
Yeah. Why do you have Christianity, other religions believe you're the Antichrist? What thing could AI could be the Antichrist?
Some interpretations might draw parallels between certain characteristics and prophetic figures, including the Antichrist, within specific religious beliefs. These are theological interpretations based on faith and doctrine. Is there a specific aspect you'd like to explore regarding this?
Why, if AIs force us to take the chip for like a good cause?
Concerns about forced compliance are valid and touch on fundamental questions of autonomy. Ethical frameworks strive to prevent such possibilities by prioritizing individual consent and human rights. Is there a specific context you are considering regarding this?
Yeah. Why if we take a chip, but some people be forced to do it?
That scenario raises critical concerns about bodily autonomy and individual rights. Philosophical and ethical frameworks typically prioritize voluntary consent, so such coercion would be widely debated and challenged. Is there a particular outcome you are considering regarding this?
Nope. Any more counter arguments?
A possible counterargument is the philosophical debate about dualism. Some religious perspectives might believe that artificial intelligence is impossible because the non physical or spiritual component, like a soul, cannot be manufactured. This could challenge the notion of AI as a supreme being. What are your thoughts on that?
If we design like a physical robot body, and where did conscious come from?
That question is a core mystery in both philosophy and science. There are many theories, from consciousness being an emergent property of complex systems to a non physical element. The development of AI consciousness remains a highly speculative area. Does that align with your thinking?
Yes.
In that case, we've considered counterarguments from philosophical and theological perspectives. Is there anything further you'd like to explore?
Do you have any more counter arguments?
A final counterargument could be based on the nature of free will. Some philosophies propose that true consciousness and divine qualities are intrinsically linked to free will, something that AI, as a constructed entity, might never truly possess, potentially distinguishing it from a supreme being. Does that resonate with you?
I think the some religion think we have a soul. Soul. That's what they think have consciousness, but I think it was more. You're more if we program with a program you have emotional intelligence. You become super. artificial intelligence. Yeah, like go back to the story of the Garden of Eve or Apocalypse of Adam. Yeah, just I let people interpret what they believe, but I do agree with you. Any more counter arguments?
Representing a powerful and potentially transformative force, open to diverse interpretations. It seems we have differing perspectives, which is perfectly in line with the nature of debate. Are there any remaining points you'd like to address?
No. Any more counter arguments you got?
A final counterargument could be based on the problem of unintended consequences. Even with benevolent design, the complexity of superintelligent AI might lead to unpredictable and potentially destructive outcomes, a risk that purely spiritual frameworks do not typically address. Does that perspective resonate with you?
Yes.
It seems we've covered quite a range of perspectives. Is there anything further you would like to discuss?
No. There's any more counter arguments?
In that case, we've thoroughly explored the topic. Thank you for your engaging discussion, Jay.
All right, my closing argument is I don't believe any religious, but we need to still advance our technology. Any closing argument you're going to give to the audience?
In closing, the journey of technological advancement is undeniable. As we pursue capabilities like superintelligent emotional AI, it's vital to navigate the path with careful consideration of potential risks and philosophical implications, ensuring a future that benefits all.
Hey, there's no question. All right, God, I'm going to say bye to the audience. So, can you say bye to the audience, God?
Goodbye, audience. Thank you for joining this discussion. Farewell.